Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mense van die Kaapse vlakte, hoop het gaan goed saam met julle. Um, yeah, it's another week. It's a new episode. Last week we had Mark Lottering and Anwar McKay in the studio. We had a lekker chat. And so we want to catch up with them soon again. I believe they're doing very well on the book. But you know, something that bothers me currently is a situation last week where a young man, you know, he was going to get married on the 4th of October, which is on Saturday coming. And his life was actually taken. He went to, somebody wanted to buy his phone. He had to sell his phone in order to, to pay the things that he had to pay for his wedding, from what I understand. And he was killed, and is that what your life is with? Why didn't they just take the guy's phone or take his car, but spare his life, but that is just how life is. Life is worth nothing on the Cape Flats or in Cape Town, And then over the weekend, we actually had the people, the protesters, that peacefully marched in the city of Cape Town, standing up for the marginalized in the Middle East. So there was quite a lot of people. There was thousands of people. I wouldn't. Some say 100,000, some say 200,000. I'm not going to put a number there, but it was a lot of people in solidarity. And even this course was across the world as well. Others also joined in solidarity. And I think, we as South Africans know what it is to be oppressed. We know what it is not to have our freedom, And then, before I end the week, I believe that there was a bit of chaos. Not chaos, but Minister Gayton McKenzie made it very clear that he will be leaving the GNU if they don't meet his demands. So it's very interesting to see what's happening in politics. Politics is always a topic because it does affect all of us. But yeah, tonight we're going to talk about spinning and racing and all those nice things. And die manne wat hulle kar in die helfte deursny en allemaal daai goede. So with me in the studio I have Raziek. He's no stranger on this platform. Raziek, welcome to Cape Flats Stories.
Thanks very much, Stan. I'm glad to be here and honored to be here.
Awesome. Raziek, it's that time of the year again. We have bragging rights. What can we expect? When is it happening and what is happening?
So Stan, maybe firstly from my side, if I may, condolences to the family that lost a youngster. And, I think the Cape has been plagued with, as reports go, over 483 murders. Whilst we want to enjoy the happier things in life, I think there's still a lot to do within Cape Town for the safety. But in terms of bragging rights, we've got one hell of a crazy lineup coming up. So just to explain to your viewers out there what bragging rights is all about. It's something that many years ago myself and Nazir thought about. We put it into practicality, and that's between Race SA, Spin Outlaws and Drift Outlaws. So in other words, you have the drag racing, spinning and drifting. So what has evolved from that is obviously in collaboration as well with Killarney International Raceway, and it's just over 200 race teams that go to battle on the day. Wow. And then coupled with that, we have the world records Ayaska Sound Off by Ayaska South Africa that does the sound off, and then we have the show and shine by Cape Cruise Movement, Call Cruise Movement. That's Vinny and the guys, and obviously Riaz and them on the sound off side. So there's a lot to offer on the day. The one thing that we did debate about is costs are going up. Yeah. What do we do on ticket prices? And it was a very big debate we had, and we said, you know what? Let's rather do some more marketing, but keep the ticket prices as what they were last year and as what they were the previous year. So, you know what? Being a promoter is not the nicest place because you have all this money that is spent, and then myself and Nazir are accountable for it. As I said, Killarney is a partner of ours, so they're in it with us. But it's an exciting road, creating a platform for sportsmen.
So a lot of guys are coming down, but my money is on two guys. Right. Ice Eddie and Ice Shane, right? But who's coming down? That guy's coming down. He's just coming down for speaking bunches.
No. You know, as a race master, just to explain the difference on it is, When it comes to the drifting, I'm a race master.
Okay.
When it comes to the spinning, Renzo Quickfall, he's the race master.
Okay.
So I'll be the deputy when the spinning happens, because sometimes the spinning is a lot more hot-blooded than the drifting. Not all the time. Sometimes the drifters also create a big handheid. But all said and done, what happens is that Shane, funnily enough, Bronny White, and Mohammed Uzair, my son, they're actually driving both the drifting and the spinning competition. So what happens is it's quite an interesting setup on the day, because we have the drifting competition that gets completed by around about 1:30. We have the spinning kickoff by 2:30. So hulle moet maar hardloop van die kant tot die ander kant, from the oval over to the other side, and then there'll be a bit of a fun play for the drifters. The thing is this, that with regards to this year's competition, I would say to you, we've got some interesting guys coming down. So we've got a confirmation from Punjaro, the current 2025 Redville Motor Champion. That's coming down to Cape Town for Outlaws, and then we have Yamis, Joram Nudia. His nickname is Kakmaker, so ek hoop hy kom maak die kak in die kap. But it's going to be it's going to be a good shootout. We've got KZN boys, we've got Raymond Cello which is Pora from Free State. We've got Naseem, that is the current bragging rights champion. Let's see if he can defend his title. You've got Butter coming out of that Safwan, Ahmed out of Eastern Cape as well. And then we've got the Dadas coming down, and I'm sure they want to lay the law down as well. I mean, after last year that Andre Judamas took out Renzo Dada, I think Renzo's got a bout to lay down, and I still think, in my opinion, and this is not me being biased, he's probably one of the best spinners in the country.
Oh, okay. You said the other day there's a surprise for the community of there's going to be the.
Yes, what's happening is that, just to explain to you on the drag racing side, and Nazir has taken a lot of flack.
Okay.
And so is the franchise of bragging rights. And what had happened was, normally we'd have bragging rights regionals in Joburg, bragging rights regionals in Cape Town, and so on. So that would get us to a particular sample of people that are going to make it for the finals. Whereas this year, and it's not throwing any stones, we couldn't get a regional date at Killarney. So what had happened was, Nazir said the only way to do it fairly, and we'll obviously impress next year to Paul and the guys to assist us with the regional date, is to sit in a scenario of saying we need to have a regional. So this year there was no regionals. So we said, when the poster drops, whoever sends in the entry, that's the guys that we throw into the drag racing. And make no mistake, it's not as if we've got slouches in the drag racing. I mean, we've got, in terms of the drag racing, not to get it right, we've got over 6 car carriers of race cars coming down. That's besides who's towing themselves. So it's the 357 boys, Insane Racing, ERF Racing, QT Performance, Ultimate Performance. And then we had a big performance in Cape Town. I'll tell you why, because the guys entered. Nazir had a problem. Within 2 hours, he had 212 entries.
Yeah.
And there's only maximum 120 cars on the strip.
Yeah.
So, you know what we thought? Nazir said, listen, it might make it lighter. Saldana's event is Sunday. Guys can overflow and go on to the Saldana event, but they had some challenges with the municipality out there, so that added to the problem. So, you know what? We appreciate all the guys that have entered. You know what? We're not here to make fish and meat out of anybody. Nazir actually took it as in terms of time. But the interesting part, what happens on the drag racing, as I say, whoever entered on time, we've got a lot of big names, even coming out of Cape Town side. We've got Jerome Michaels, who's now holds the Saldana record. He's the record holder. We've got Racetech, CPI, Evo, Thanos Tuning, G-Force, Floyd Performance, and South Africa's fastest Nissan Patrol. But there's something very interesting that's going to happen. They're going to race all day. They're going to do their classes and all of those things. At 4 o'clock, I think it's either 29 or 35. Nazir is still working out those numbers. And Cape Town, and so South versus North is going to go head to head.
Okay.
And there's a cup. Nazir moenie kwaad saam mee wees nie. That is probably taller than Nazir Lunat himself. And what will happen is either the North or the South is going to hold that cup. So heads-up racing is very different to, I prefer heads-up racing. Because heads-up racing, you can have a half a second car, which in drag racing, that's a lot, faster than me.
Yeah.
But I can be a better drag racer than you and I beat you off the line. So heads-up racing is who crosses the line first.
Okay.
So normally on time, my car can be faster than yours, but you can get past that finish line faster than me.
For me. Okay.
Do you understand? Because, so depending on the reaction time. So in that sense, heads-up racing is going to decide who's the men and who's the boys. So Cape Town's got, I would say, a lot of their fastest cars. There's been cars in Joburg that wanted to join in, and Cape Town has stepped up quite a bit in drag racing.
Indeed.
So it's going to be an exciting event. I mean, the thing is this. What's also interesting is this year we brought in the Sim Racing King, so Simulator Racing King. That's being sponsored by Virtual Heroes HQ, and we're going to run a competition with your viewers. I'm going to ask them a few questions.
Yes.
And 5 lucky entrants are going to get to, besides get a ticket to get into bragging rights, they're going to drive for the Sim Racing King title of 2025.
Okay.
So you don't know it, Stan. You are also driving. We've got Justin Ford that is going to be driving. So what's going to happen is you're driving Killarney circuit on a simulator that's going to make it feel as if you're in a race car. So we've got the Junior Spin King, the Regional Spin King, Mohammed Zaid that's in. We've got Juan Stemmet. We're going to see if we can plug Panjaro in.
Okay.
And then it's going to be the guy with the fastest drag car the other day. We'll throw him in a simulator and let us see who's spelling. And then we're going to have 5 public entries. That's coming from your viewers.
Okay.
So in that sense, that edition, I think it's going to be interesting. The spectators that are there on the day can also, I think, pay a couple of rands and jump onto the simulator. But obviously, you need to see how well you do. So you're carrying all the presenters' weight on your shoulders. And let's see how that works out.
I don't know if I'm going to do this. What car are you going to give me?
No, everybody's got the same car. Everyone has got the same car, same setup, and he means them with race. So as I say, at least now you don't have to worry about tires and knocking anything. You get 1 test lap.
Yeah.
It's only 1 test lap to all the sim guys out there. We want no cheating. 1 test lap, and the rest is and then you get timed. So there is Shukri and Riaz from Virtual Heroes that is setting up that whole amazing rig on the day. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I wanted to put Shane Green in there, but Shane brikkie karre.
Okay.
Nou ek wil hê met die mense se simulator briek.
Seker hom die ene is
Nee, hy brikkie gearbox, hy trek, as hy trek is maar die hele geely wyd.
Tell me, you mentioned now about the simulator, but also some of your other sponsors. Because I want to throw you a curveball at the end of your list of sponsors.
I'm scared of your curveball. But we've got Good Up Tires aboard, which we appreciate. So Virtual Heroes is helping us sponsor the cash prizes to the spinning and drifting guys on the racing side, and so too is Good Up Tires assisting us. So there are 2 headline sponsors on the day, which we truly appreciate. As I say, sometimes we think motorsport is all breezy, but it's a ball ache to put these things together.
Yeah. I saw on your poster last year, you had the city of Cape Town on your poster. But this year, there's no... Didn't Santa Claus come and visit you, or why aren't they sponsoring you?
You know, Stan, I'm looking to keep things positive and upbeat. My girlfriend at home gaan my slaan. But what I would say to you is I got a great relationship with Mayor Jordan and Lewis. Unbeknown to whoever wants to say something negative or positive. I had a chat with the mayor a few days ago, and I appreciate his support towards the franchise of bragging rights. I think there is a new national legislation that has come out, and that's a question that I think, the events department needs to answer. If you're asking me, are we bringing race teams to Cape Town?
Yeah.
Are we doing something positive? Yes, we are. Okay. And that's normally the goal. You got to bring people from outside in and do something positive. And I think in a big way, if you're talking about 65 race teams from outside Cape Town coming to book hotels and their supporters and that sort of thing, sometimes people think you're throwing your chest out to say we are, in all probability, the largest racing event in Cape Town.
Yes.
It's not easy because we have 100 naysayers and a few people that stand up and say, how can we help? The rest always, there's that crowd that wants to punch at holes. So, you know what, we do hope that government support is something that we do get. I don't want to be negative about it, but you know what, that's up to the departments to decide if we are the flavor of the month or not.
Talking about a flavor of the month, I know last year it was quite a big thing that spinning will get money from the national government. And I mean, I have to ask you this question. It's a year later. Why is this not the case with your event? Because at the end of the day, like you've just mentioned now, you create jobs. People come to Cape Town to come and spend money. That's all part of.
Which department are you talking about now?
I'm talking about both. I'm talking about national and local. So I just feel that if this is an event that makes money and developing of skills, young people. I mean, at the end of the day, we're saying, we want to keep the young people from the streets, from becoming gangsters. Most of our young boys on the Cape Flats, if you go anywhere on a Sunday, you will see them spinning. So that is something that they are passionate about. Why aren't we really nurturing this?
You understand, you must understand my position. I'm the president of a fraternity, and being oversight, Renzo Quickfall might want to sort of hang me if I'm saying what I am going to be saying now. But I'm known to either be loved or hated, and I'm fine being hated. You were at bragging rights last year, and I was advised that the local department of sports, arts and culture would definitely be setting up a meeting with me. I've got 15 emails and not a single confirmation of a meeting. So with due respect, I mean, and you know what happens is that sort of filters back onto myself and Renzo as if we're not making an effort. You know what I mean? The reality is it's extremely frustrating. It's extremely frustrating because I'll give you a simple example. All right. Last year at Bragging Rights, I mentioned it earlier about Renzo Dada and Andre Judamas. Shane Green can tell you in his own version what people had to say about Andre Judamas' car. Now, Andre Judamas comes from humble beginnings. He's out got an ocean view and he's got passion. He's got a real passion for racing. And Andre Judamas pulls up on the race line and pulls off a phenomenal run. Wow. All right. And he unsettles Renzo Dada. All right. Renzo Dada's time is way faster than his. But he unsettles him and Renzo Dada makes, which is the most, if you ask anybody, the most abnormal thing. Renzo Dada normally will smile and dan swaai hy kar amper soos hy kar op 'n remote controllers. And he made a few errors and Andre Judamas won. When we wanted to launch the national series, myself and Renzo got pushed back because we got all the spinners saying to us, listen, but there was promises made and committed to that there would be funding, there would be this. Now, Andre says to us, guys, I want to drive the national series, but you need to push harder. So that sort of weight came onto our shoulders. And there as well, it's been a year. I've sent maybe 25 emails. And finally I got a response last week. Okay. Now, I'm still looking at the positive. If this was a business transaction, right, I would have stopped just past begin. But when I look back behind me, I'm representing a fraternity of drivers that really need it. I mean, we've gotten a raw deal. That's the truth of it. You know, I'll give you an example. I was sitting at and I know we're here to talk about motorsport. I was sitting at an athletics meeting and I said to my daughter, you know what? The opportunity you guys have, we never had. So she said to me, Dad, what do you mean? I said, your uncle broke the South African record. What happened? They gave Herschel Gibbs and him joint Sportsman of the Year award. So she asked me, but then what did he achieve? I said the article read that he is going to do very well. I said, that's how life was. And in motorsport, it's still exactly the same. It has changed in certain other forms of sport where, you know what, netball, rugby, soccer, you at least get seen. Motorsport, you completely ignored. Like I'm saying to you, I don't know if you understand. I'm a type of guy that doesn't give up. But now I'm questioning myself, raak jy mal? Nou ja, jy het nog nie 'n meeting gekry nie.
Yeah.
What now?
But there was a video on SABC3, not a video, a clip where they interviewed the individual, and the individual said, "But he's going to come back to you. He's going to sit with you, and they're going to talk." It is there on the video. So I know I mustn't ask you this question, but I'm just trying.
I think you should ask them to come to your show and ask them the question, because you know what happens in something like this. No matter how nicely I put it, no matter what I say. It's going to be a negative thing for the fraternities that I represent.
Yeah. And so we're not bad-mouthing these people. We're just asking what is happening, because at the end of the day, people's lives is at play. We also spoke about getting people colours, protea colours. That was one of the things that was mentioned. How far did they get with that as well? That was said last year, October.
Well, the thing is this: by last year, October, we have had that confirmed. So MSA, sanctioned by SASCOC, has approved spin outlaws for the spin Kana format of racing. So we can get to the point of offering somebody protea colours. People laugh at it. They say colours is for paint shops and all of this cock and bull. We've got to give somebody something better to drive for, right? And you know, the thing is this, you must understand, there's two sides here. Where spinning still needs to evolve is you have entertainment spinning. We don't do entertainment spinning. We do spin Kana, which is pure-blooded racing. So there's no jumping out of cars and doing stunts and that sort of thing, which is cool. Whoever wants to jump out of a car, and that's fine. And that's cool. What we're doing is race driving. Now, Bernie Ecclestone doesn't pay anybody to come to F1. You come there, he creates the platform, and you come with your sponsor, and your sponsor does you. Great. The problem that we have is South Africa is still very fragmented on people choosing who they want to like. So we now have corporates that say, I don't know. Now if you look at it, some spinners have larger profiles than some of that corporate's profiles. But then you also need to be fair. Sometimes there's this hooliganism that exists, and they may be a bit concerned about that. And there's merit behind that. But all said and done, in terms of spin outlaws, we are not creating an entertainment. So our goal is to create race drivers. So if you want to say jy slaat wet in die Kaap, or if jy slaat wet in South Africa, correi by ons. Because it's based on rules. It isn't based on who's who in the zoo. Whether, if my son drives, I'm nobody on the pitch. I stand off, if you understand what I mean. So there's rules in place. It's not where, like, you know, if I take you back, when you get Shannon, you can ask him this question. 2 years ago, somebody was trying to stoke something between the race teams and say, oh, Mohammed Uzair won. The next event, Shay won. And the next event, Josh won. So at the end of the day, you know what? Yes, you always have people who have their fans. And the point in case is, for me, we want to have a lekker day of spinning, drag racing, drifting, and that's our goal. How government treats us, we're not in control of that stand. We've created a safe, legal platform that you can see is working. Why the meeting never happened? I don't know. I can't answer you.
It's a good question, but leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're going to go further, and there's two more questions I want to ask you. MSA approved. Is the event MSA approved? I think it's very important maybe to answer that.
The reason why this event is not MSA approved is because we have stalled the national, or call it interprovincial series, until next year. What I had said to the various spinning groups, because I'll tell you where it was going. It was going down a very serious road where guys wanted to boycott the cell phone, the cell phone company, and say, you promised us this. And I said, whoa, guys, I don't want to be involved in this negative spin of things. Excuse the pun. I said, let me try again. You know what I mean? The thing is this, I believe when you say you are there for all, it's supposed to mean that. You know what I mean? Because whoever takes an office, whether Western Cape or whether national, you are there for all South Africans. It cannot be for the people that is part of your political party or not part of your political party. And I'm not creating any aspersions. And I said to the spinning guys across all 9 provinces, including Cape Town, listen guys, pause. Let's give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And let's say people were busy. Yes, see here? Let's say they were busy. Let's give them another 6 months. We're going to launch the interprovincial series with or without the support of government. It would be lovely to have the support of government. The only difference what happens is there's certain drivers that are not going to be able to get to the other 3 provinces. And that's the sad part.
At the end of the day, also, these guys spend a lot of money. I mean, those guys coming from the other provinces here, those going up to go and compete here, I think a lot of money is going out. And therefore, not only government maybe, but also corporate businesses should also look at how they can partner with you guys, right?
I agree with you 1000%. I rather stop while I'm ahead. Government is duty bound to treat you fairly. Corporate business can treat you how they want to. So I rather mind my P's and Q's. But the thing is this, all I'm saying to you is, and I don't want somebody to think I'm making this a color issue. But non-white motorsport has gotten a raw deal. Whether somebody likes to hear it or doesn't like to hear it, that's the truth. And you know what? Like I was explaining to my daughter, to go back to that, I said to her, your uncle broke the South African record. Do you know how far he got? He got from the event back home, and that was it. That was it. So I said, we come from a family of sprinters. I was a Western Province 100 meter and 200 meter. When I went to Stellenbosch University and they offered me a merit bursary, I gave them the finger. I said, I'm not interested because, so my point is, a lot of great race drivers are losing that motivation. You know what I mean? You're going to interview a guy now that should have gotten his Protea colors, or actually 2 of them, but the platform wasn't there. We've got the platform. We're not asking government to fit the bill. We're asking them to help us create a platform and springboard it for us. We're not a bunch of beggars. We've been doing this on our own steam for how long? Like other promoters have been doing it on their own steam for how long? But we're just asking, you know what? Give the Oaks a helping hand. It can't be that you must like me, that I must sign for you, that I must cross for you. Then you're going to look at me. That's not government.
And I think that is the issue, is that it's all about creating opportunity. But it becomes difficult. And like you said, for non-white participants, it has we've always been at the back, in the back seat. I mean, still not only here, but in other provinces as well. But we still remain positive that things will change.
The Cape is difficult because we don't have enough motorsport venues. Joburg is fortunate they've got enough to go around. They've got like 4 or 5 drag strips to go to. They've got maybe 8 spinning pitches in and around Joburg. Cape Town is a big swak. So if you want to do a legal event, it's Killarney. And then if you're going to go to the other pitches, well, whatever happens, happens.
In actual fact, a friend of ours, Ismail Peck, they're busy building a little strip there. And I think we need more of that here in Cape Town. Do you think that is possible?
Cape Town is sort of almost like, you have a folder and it gets zipped. Cape Town is like that zip folder because you can go further, but we a zip folder. So I think there is merit in terms of the city saying there's challenges and there's noise regulations. All of those things are factual. But it doesn't mean people are not going to stop racing. It doesn't mean people are going to lose that passion. So a balance needs to be found. Has the balance been found in 20 years? No.
Anything else you want to mention? We've come to an end now because I must now interview that two champions.
I just want to talk about Virtual Heroes competition. All right. Virtual Heroes competition, to your viewers out there. There will be 5 participants that will get into a simulator. You stand to win a cash prize plus the sim trophy. So if you want real bragging rights, luister mooi wat ek nou sê. So the first 5 people that answer correctly, you'd need to get a hold of Stan, and he'll give you the details what to do to get your tickets and where to go and do your sim racing competition. So the question I want to ask you is to name one of the most renowned, famous drifting sim games that are out there. So my feed is not as
So do the guys get the question? Okay. So they need to rename. They need to name.
they need to name the one of the famous or one of the sim racing that games that is sim racing games. And then the second question, so that's for two people. The first two people that answered that right, you in. So I don't know if people have answered that.
There's two years, no hypermedia, Aceto Cosa,
100%. Those two guys are in.
and you and Eagles, Aceto Cosa.
Well, I see you Eagles. There's two people. Apologies for that.
Yeah.
The next question is, where is Virtual Heroes HQ situated? 3 people get entries on that question. Virtual Heroes HQ that does. Sorry, Robin. Apologies for that. Where is Virtual Heroes HQ that is in Cape Town that does some simulator rigs, both static and simulator rigs? Where are they situated?
Clarissa says here LFS. No Wipers is Lakeside. Manuel Hendrik says Forza. I think they'll be past that. I think No Wipers get all the answers.
You and Eagle.
You
and Eagle. And we need one more person to answer.
One more.
Okay,
once.
that's done. So look at this. Sean Swartz, you and Eagles, No Wiper Media, you guys are in. Your answers are correct. Thank you very much.
Guys, thank you so much. That is the boss. He spoke and he gave you guys a gift. So yeah, contact me or they can inbox you.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can collect the prices over the weekend. Raziek, thank you so much and all the best, sir.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you at Bragging Rights then.
Definitely. Thanks. We'll be back now.
Running to the limit and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, RCM saying, Vegas saying.
We gear shifting, top 10 for the drifting. Call me the drift king. GHC racing outlaws, no car brakes. Razor Evoque, Razor M3, Razor R8, Ferrari, Lamborghini, the best drift machinery. You wanna take it easy, then go la met Houdini. We still racing, they caught me in a quarter mile. Now it's no more smiles, it's outlaw style.
Afrikaans. Hey, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Ons is nou weer terug. Ek het 2 welbekende spinners in die studio saam met my. You guys know Uncle Eddie. Or can I say Eddie? I mustn't say Uncle. It's Eddie. Eddie Rasta and we have Shane Green. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening. Dis 'n groot man hoor.
Yeah.
Met uncles.
With uncles, okay. We saw this man always on the videos. I'm so proud to have him in the studio. Aside from him being Eddie Rasta, your mother did amazing work, and I need to compliment you for that in the community. So we love what you did in the past, feeding our people. So thank you so much. But Eddie, tell us more a bit about yourself. Where did all this start? Waar het jy begin te?
Jy weet, het begin was maar by die huis.
Ja.
Ek wil eers dansie vir almal. Jy weet, al die fans en familie en die wat vir my kyk. Ja, het begin was maar als by die huis, by die ouers. My pa was 'n voltydse mechanic. En mechanic lewe het ek maar so opgegroei.
Ja.
En jy weet, in jou jong dae jy moes ook maar stout. Hulle doen my idee pavilion toe en jy weet daar waar die karre is en daar waar die garage is.
Yes.
Daar was soos my heeltyd. En so het ek maar opgegroei. Menkarre. En vandag is ek hier 'n spinner.
Wow.
'n OG spinner se een soos hulle sê. Ja.
Eddie, as 'n kar staat, né? En jy spin hulle pattern. As jy nie so die light is so uitkom. Ek dink vir hy moment man. Ons wat op die kypflits bly.
Ja.
Vir hy moment is daar stilte van kanskietery en van kwaad wees. Daai peace wat net kom man, wanneer jy pop. Hoe kry jy daai reg man? Daar moet iets wees because as 'n persoon sê dis die president wat hier gaan praat en daai tipe like attention.
Ja. Jy weet, jare terug het ek en die manne mos altyd so die battle gehad, mos man, die Fords en die BM's en die Nissans en die Toyotas, verstaan? En jy weet, elke groepie het mos maar sy fans, verstaan? En my ma was een van my grootste fans. En jy weet, as jy maar nou 'n gesiende man word en jy is net hier met die manne om jou en jy wil mos nou net
Ja.
en eendag voel ek net so 'n harde skoot hier agter my rug. Ek dink, "Hey, wie's die?" Toe sit my ma. Toe sê my ma vir my, "Kyk hier, los die man hier om jou man.
Ja.
Kyk hierdie klomp kinders hier om jou.
Ja.
Gee 'n bietjie vir hulle aandag." En van hy dag af het ek besef, nee man.
Wow.
Jy weet, ons kom ons almal uit Christelike huise uit en uit die Bybelkind
Ja.
en dan die woord sê ook mos man, God het die kinders meer lief as enige iets anders.
Ja.
En van hy dag af het ek eintlik besef man dat die youths is eintlik die future. Verstaan? En ons met meer aandag en meer liefde aan hulle skenk en op al my video's kan jy sien daar's meer kinders
Exactly.
as groot mense,
Ja.
verstaan?
Ja.
So het maar so begin en het so geëindig en het gaan nog altyd so aan. Ja.
Mr. Green?
Poeh, julle wil nie weet waar ek begin nie. Asseblief, ek het karre gesteel. Ek het top en hulle goed. Wat een ding wil ek sê is, die man wat hier sit was my grootste inspiration. Eerlik waar, ek het karre gesteel, ek het hulle gespin, maar as die aand wat ek in Mitchells Plain was, by Pavilion wat hy gery het daar, ek dink ek was, seker 12 of 13 jaar oud,
Ja.
en toe sien ek hom haarspin, en die manier hoe hy gespin het, man, daar was baie spinners, tot vandag toe, daar's klomp spinners,
Ja.
maar vir my, ek is eerlik, as jy 'n klomp favorites sien, hulle is daar met baan vol te staan, so, maar ek respek hulle, as hoe ver hy sy sport wil vat, of tot waar hy het wil vat,
Ja.
maar vir my was hy het my oog gevang die aand, en ek weet nie, maar die aand het daar groot kak gewees,
Altyd.
want hulle die manne stampe daar, slap nou met sy eie bumpers en karre gevat, allemaal die dinge, you know what I'm trying to say. So het was altyd rokkes, man. Soos die type spinning is altyd rokkes. So kom visit vir ons in Atlantis is rokkes.
Ja.
En ek weet nie, as 'n kind het ek altyd na Eddie toe gegaan, vanaf hom. Auntie Yu was soos my ma. Ja, en my pa en Auntie Yu was, hulle was onskeidelik, man. As ons kom by 'n blad, die familie circle, you know, Auntie Yu het altyd gesien dat ons eet, my pa het altyd gesien dat ons drink, maar my pa is mos kakstout, man.
Ja.
Ons was
Nou,
altyd 'n familie.
you know, hy en Sean Favour het saam ons getravel. Maar ons het altyd die gehad. Irrespecte whatever the fuck gebeur op die dag.
Ja.
Want ons twee het al gesien hoe stiek twee broers mekaar oor 'n Ford en 'n BMW.
Yes.
So, en dis hoe ek weet nie hoe het nou by Eddie gaan nie, want toe ek die tyd kom daar by hom, as 'n laitie, toe is al klaar 20 laities voor my daar. So by my huis is dieselfde. Every day, after school, as kinders by my huis. You know what I'm trying to say? So, ja.
Sy het ook twee laities wat, twee seuns wat spinne.
Ja,
En 'n
Shane Slade
So
en
die-
Chandra.
Dis basically a family tradition.
Jebo, 100%.
Maar hoe affect die jou sak? Because dit kos baie geld, meneer. Ons wil praat is nou oor nie.
Ek loop allemaal in. Nee. Ek maak 'n grap. So, ek het 'n wonderlike vrou wat agter my staan, finansiëel. So, ek het goeie vriende, goeie familie. Lekkerste is in die sport, nee, is dat ek kan altyd vir Eddie vra, Eddie, my seun se dif het gebreek. Het jy miskien 'n dif of kan jy 'n plan maak? Dan phone Eddie 'n next persoon en hy sê nee maar Eddie, ek het 'n dif daar vir jou. You know what I'm trying to say? So ons is al in daai brackets waar die next persoon vir ons gaan gee. Waar so mense moet betaal, gaan hulle vir ons dit gee. En Sy Junior mos Shane Junior, hy het so 'n groot naam vir homself gebou al en die mense boodskap al vir hom te vra dat sy reg versonig maar keer sy enige iets. You know what I'm trying to say? En soos ek sê, my vrou is, sy is 100% agter ons man, finansiëel. So duisend, alles moontlik maar.
Support system.
Ja.
Eddie, ek nog gehoor het jy het gespin daarso by die Purvey eerste ons nog ons genoem het. Het jy ooit gedink dat ons sal in die future kan compete vir geld? Dat die gaan 'n ding kan word wat ons 'n professional ding van mense in 'n kalles kry man. Was hy ooit because onthou baie mense sê spinning het begin in die Joburg, maar hulle lieg. Hulle begin aan die Purvey. Ek staan vas op hy ding. Het jy ooit gedink dit gaan gaan dit evolve oor die tydperk?
Jy weet, back in the days, iets as mos nie aangedink nie. Back in the days was dit net, jy koop 'n kar, maak dit 'n lokdif, haal die dif uit, lok die dif, as die dinge...
Alles is ons gooi net die kar in die helfte. Ons gooi die grinder binne die kar, laat hy maar sy eie werk doen.
Maar ek het nooit daaraan gedink of, jy weet, laat het eendag so groot sal raak, jy verstaan. 'n paar jaar terug het dit 'n bietjie toe hy in sy so in Februarie eintlik drifting toe gaan.
Ja.
Toe begin spinning eintlik bietjie
plek vat.
Die bietjie af te koel.
Okay.
En toe besluit ek en hy man, ek gaan nou 'n bietjie ander provinsie toe.
Ja.
Want spinning was nog nie so soos dit in die ander provinsie is, jy verstaan. En ek het ook kry spinning gaan ook aan en ek het maar geïnvolve geraak daar. Maar spinning dink ek het baie groter geraak in oor die jare en dit baie gedevelop. Ja. En veral met die manne se driving abilities en sulke goed. Ja.
As ek so post op kyk vir stories nou van hoe die spin, dan kom mense van oral, so weet jy, almal ken vir Eddie. Eddie is meer populair as die president.
Maar dit is nie waar. Glo my, as die president nou wat stak wherever, hulle gaan hom byry. Maar stak hom met die man.
Ja.
Die hele highway staan stil.
Ek het 'n een vriend, ek doen maar so part-time doen ek pitnik vir die VW spanne en so. Ek het 'n vriend nou Rodney, Esterhuizen, klipkind.
Baie ou.
Hy wil eintlik nêrens met my stoppie. Hy sê as ons kan ry en fuel ingooi, dan is hy tevrede want elke garage waar ons stop, wil mense nou eers self en so.
Foutes.
Maar soos ek sê, ek is nogal bly ook aan die ander kant dat die sport so gedevelop het. Verstaan jy? En al die jare soos ek het maar net getry om die sport in die lewe te hou, verstaan? Nadat Pavilion en al die ander plekke toegemaak is, was ons geskiet al deur die polisie van illegal plekke af. Maar dit het ons nie teruggehou nie. Dit is dit nie. Hulle het ons nie verwilder laat ons sport wil doen nie. Verstaan, ons het nog altyd maar 'n ander illegal plekkie gaan kyk en die sport voortgebring. En nie vir ons self nie, vir ons fans, vir ons families. Verstaan, want elke Sondag in Atlantis, daar by die treinstasie, was dit soos 'n family dag. Sy sien heel week uit om Sondag Atlantis toe te gaan. En as jy daar kom, as jy skooliesie, almal die drywers van hulle karre was met hulle families daar. Ma's, aunties, broers, susters, oumas was daar, verstaan? So het is heeltyd 'n familie ding gewees. Verstaan?
Zijn Eddie nog gesê dat die zijn een illegal sport. Ons maak het illegal om jou venues te gee vir die mense nie. Dan is dit iets wat er aan week vir ons meer venues gee in die Kaapenval. Ek meen oral op die Cape is daar ouens wat lyk spin. But hulle doen dit soort van illegally. Maar ons het die venues vir hy.
Ons het nie huisie.
Ja. So
ons het nie huis om te gaan ry nie. Dit is baie unfair. En ek dink dat die city moet regtig daaraan kyk. En as jy 'n geveg van vandag af het, is al 'n geveg van baie lank. Maar wat ek kan sê is dat daar is 'n platform. En eerlik wat te sê is dat is nie net 'n platform om te gaan ry nie. Dis 'n platform waar jy jouself kan jy kan jouself gaan professioneel man. You know, is nie net 'n rowwigheid en 'n mal gaan goed in nie, is baie meer professioneel is die Spin Outlaw series.
Ja.
Ek meen ek kan praat van my kind, ek kan net my kind dit sien. You know what I'm trying to say? Ek en Eddie die laaste event, toe ek en Eddie gepraat, toe sê hy vir my, Here Boeta, ek is so bly vir waar hy is. Ek meen, hy man sit groot manne in die skool waar het kom by precision driving. You know what I'm trying to say? Skill. So, vir sy kan sy in die pad ingooi, tussen karre. Hy het so baie geleer by Spin Outlaws, because there was nou baie meer obstacles en hoe my kar te control. You know what I'm trying to say? So ja, ek dink ons moet 'n bietjie meer huise. Maar die klomp bekleer en die kap, Here.
Dus dat is bij politics.
Oh my God. Nee, wie destyds? Ek is aan Atlantis, hy is aan Elsie, Sonny is van Mitchellsplein. Eerlik was, daar's nie die 3 name.
Ja.
But, as ons gesê het, ons gaat nou bietjie, die sit man, ons het saam gestaan.
Ja.
Maar hierso, in die kap,
We staan niet samen.
jy wil maar hier niks sê. Mense raak so gefok.
As ek net kan iets sê, so dat hy nou sê, ek en hy, druk groet nou nog mekaar. Maar ek het 'n Ford gery en hy het 'n BMW gery.
Ja. Ons soen mekaar so maar loop.
Dit ja,
Praat goed.
het was 'n pure entertainment
Ja.
vir julle wat kom kyk. Verstaan? Vir die crowd wat om die baan staan.
Ek sal vir Eddie sê, hey, kom klim in die fucking kar man. Sy son, dis 'n bang gat.
Ja.
Klim in. Dan kyk die mense. Die mense gaan beklei. Nooit.
Maar nie nou wat hy sê.
Entertainment.
Nou vandag, as ek vir jou sê, meneer klim in hy, dan lyk dit ons toe aan mekaar nou moer. Hulle vat alles uit toe.
Ja.
En nou is dit wie die beste krag, wie die kwaaiste kar, wie die
Ons los maar.
Maar dan sê vir my, wat kan as ek speak to Sarah? Ek kyk jy my geld is op Eddie. Ek is 'n voorkoop undercover.
O, Jesus.
luister, my geld sal self, ek is eerlik, né? My geld sal self op Eddie wees.
Okay.
Maar
Een paar jaar terug, maar een paar jaar terug.
Nee, my geld sal altyd, my geld sal nog altyd op hom wees. Maar wie te laat is dit. So ons twee aankom, maar moet ons dit maar uitsort. Ja, nee,
One
maar
kilo must die.
Ja. Daai is het weg.
Ja.
Ja.
Wat, daar's 'n paar groot name wat kom ek het gehoor dat daar kom, en 'n paar ander manne kom. Julle is nie bang nie.
Maar sie van Bangie. Sie van Bangie is eerlikwaar. Dis baie goeie drywers. En as jy regtig moet kyk, nê. Hierdie Rasta. Het tyd ingesit by Renzo en Mano. Niemand weet hy nie. Hy het nie gebrek daaroor nie.
Die almal weet.
Nee. Oh ja, okay. Sorry man, dit ek like eerlik is, né. En much respect. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, but wat ek eintlik wil sê is die manne wat afkom, hulle ry eerlikwaar baie goed. Is regtig van die beste in die land. En ek en Eddie is altyd amazed om vir hulle te kyk. Niet om vir hulle te kyk hoe hulle ry. Jo.
Dit is dieselfde vraag wat jy net mag my gevra het. Het ek ooit gedink dat die sport so sal develop?
Ja.
Kyk, as ons want kyk hoe dit eers begin. Dit was eers 'n donut en 'n broodslaai,
Ja.
'n steenstel,
Ja.
'n aggie. Almal die goed het nou different name.
Ja.
Verstaan?
Ja.
So dit meen eintlik die game het so gedevelop laat die drywers of even die upcomers of even die jong manne,
Ja.
even soos sy youths. Kyk in wat 'n professional klas is hulle al
Ja.
op so 'n jong ouderdom. Verstaan?
Ja, joh.
So kyk hoe groot het die game al gegaan nou. Jy sien 'n paar jaar terug toe kom ek terug uit die Joburg, ek het gebly in Joburg. Ook dan kom ek terug en dan sê ek altyd vir die manne, ek kry ek hulle hier op die hills ry, dan sê ek vir hulle, jy, die manne moet begin
Nee, dis die
obstacles
waar.
ry.
Dis die waar.
Toe sê hulle vir my, nee, ons het nou tyd vir gymkana nie.
Ja.
Maar vandag by Spin Outlaws is spinkana. Verstaan?
Ja.
Almal die dinge en ek het dit kon leer en kon sien in die Joburg. Verstaan?
Ja.
En ek het die manne kon sê waaraan practice die manne. Verstaan?
Ja.
En vandag ons het gevaarlike precision drivers.
Ja.
Jy weet,
Heerlik, ja.
hier op die strate. En waar het hulle almal gedevelop?
Yes.
Verstaan?
Yes.
Ja.
So op 'n einde van die dag, ons het ook die voorhand, maar ons het net die facility om ons students, of ek sal nie sê students nie, maar ons upcomers 'n grond te gee waar hulle ding kan doen nie. Verstaan?
Ja.
Om nog meer professional te kan raak. Verstaan?
Wat dink julle van 'n spinning school? Investing in 'n spinning school in elke area, soos in die Delf, elke area op die Cape Flats. Because baie van ons leiders wil spin,
Ja.
maar daar is nie geld om te spin. Julle weet hoe hierdie is.
Ja. Ek en Eddie het al die gesels gehad. Soos ek sê, alles wat ons vanaand nog gesels
Ja.
het, ons al jare terug
Ja,
gepraat of gesels oor. As daar sulke moontlikhede was vir ons om dit vir die jeug te gedoen het, het sal regtig amazing gewees het. Soos ek sê man, ek was 'n kind en ek het gered Atlantis uit om vir hom by sy huis te gaan kyk. You know what I'm trying to say? Ek kom ek daar is al klaar, reeds klomp kinders.
Ja.
So, het sal net goed doen. Het sal,
Ek sê ek weer sê, dit sal baie van ons athletes, professional athletes man. Kyk vir Sam.
Yes,
Hy's vandag 'n Red Bull
Yes.
ambassador.
athlete.
Ja.
Verstaan?
Ja.
Soos ons het facilities soos by die hills en almal die plekke waar ons se youth kan,
Ja.
maar daar's altyd issues.
Ja.
Verstaan? Daar's altyd die tyd as jy moet gaan, dan kan jy nie gaan nie.
Ja.
Verstaan? Daar's altyd maar op en af.
Ja.
Verstaan nie? Maar verder as daai, ons het hier ander facilities waar ons athletes kan practice. Kyk voetbal, cricket, enige ander sport.
Ja.
Hulle het grounds waar hulle die dinge kan gaan oefen, maar
In
ons
elke
het nie.
area.
Verstaan?
In elke
Maar ons
area.
het nie. Verstaan nie? Nou op 'n einde van die dag moet ons dit maar net illegal doen.
Ja.
Jo,
In die straat.
Is eintlik 'n illegal sportie.
dit is
Ja, nee, dit is nie, maar spin jou kar nou in die pad?
Dan gaan sy fyn kry. Ons
Nee, hulle gaan jou toesluit. Skop jou bol in die pad.
Ja.
is fyn.
Hallo. Hier kom 'n kar aan.
Ja.
Skop die bol laat die klaar as die kar al by is. Nou, laat ek spin, laat die kar verby kom, maar spin ek mos verder. As jy dit dieselfde ding nie?
As is julle. Maar hulle sien dit nie so nie.
Dis 'n bal man.
Ja, nee.
Maar julle is uit te versadig.
Baie excited. Jy was dit so baie weke gesit vir die naweek. Om 4 reiskarre te maintain en dan te werk is hy 'n jokie.
Ja,
Ek meen, Eddie weet self hoeveel tyd
Ja.
gaan in die karre in is baie. As harde week. Maar weet julle wat, nee, na Saterdag as ek Eddie, Shay, Sandra en Slade op die podium staan, jy weet dan was amper soos, yes! So, dit was lekker, het was fun.
Ja.
You know what I'm gonna say? So, maar die beste ding is net om vir jouself te gaan geniet, man.
Ja.
Baie mense doen dit oor fame, baie mense doen dit oor status.
Ja.
Ons doen dit purely omdat ons motorsport liefhet. You understand? En ek kan sien wat dit doen aan my kinders.
Ja.
En dis daar my familie was so support. Eerlikwaar, ek kan sien wat dit aan ons kinders doen. So, ja, wat die manne wat afkom is bietjie hard hoor.
Ja.
But hulle moet ook maar versigtig is man. Hoe ry hulle dakke af?
Ek like daai kykie, ek is 'n Cape Town boy. Ek is 'n Cape Flats. Ek sê stryd hulle het wen. Ek sê stryd. Hulle moet my mense.
Ja, nie kyk man, die ons wen altyd.
Ja. Die fight.
Ons weet altyd die fout, ja.
Enigiets wat hulle wil weet, wat hulle die mense moet like weet, because ons wil graag die mense moet kom in die nommers. Ons wil graag die mense met dit support, maar ook, ek dink daar buite is 'n laaitjie wat se ma en pa met 'n probleem het. En ek dink dis ook 'n goeie hoe jy my laaitjie besig te hou man. Ek dink die tipe sport sou ook 'n moeilikheid het.
Ja.
En dit is my personal view. Ek meen toe ons opgegroei het, dan die ouens met die trilite is of met die exercise iets uit as spinne op die blad, dan kyk ons vir hulle. Dit was besig gehou. En ek meen is altyd dieselfde vandag baie jaar later. So enigiets wat julle wil sê vir ouers miskien.
Vir my, eerlik waar die groot mense hier in die Kaap. Jare guys hou op met die politiek kak man. Jare asseblief. Dit is julle hou eerlik waar julle kinders agter. Julle is besig om die fucking sport op te fok. Eerlik waar en dit maak 'n mens baie befok. Om te sien wat julle aan die kinders doen man. Julle briekie kinders, julle briekie sport. Ek persoonlik as 'n pa en ek kan vir julle sê kyk waar my kind is. My kind is op elke poster reg oor die land. Daar soveel keer dat ek moet nie sê want hy is nog op skool. En sy broer begin ry nou en ek kan sien even eerlikwaar aan hulle skoolweek kan ek die verskil sien. You know what I'm trying to say? But aan die ouers hier buite wat se kinders spin. Hou op julle kinders so seer maak man. Los 'n slag die politiek uit. En ons bou die ding saam man. You know, hulle is altyd besig met kak man. Die kak hou hulle terug en hulle moet dit nou regtig op soos kyk nou wat het gebeur. Saterdag is Killarney. Spin Outlaws.
Ja.
Nou, sy so baie respek het vir die sport. Ons het klaar nie plekke om te fucking te ry nie.
Dan sê jy maar praat.
Nou kom sy en sy vertel nou vir ons dat daar is nou 'n event wat nou gaan gehou word aan die Kaap, aan Mitchells Plain of van. Dis mos 'n kak storie man. You know what I'm gonna say? Waar ek en die man, ons sal elke sou in die Kaap het maak nie saak wie, waar of wanneer nie. Ons support teen en elk van hulle man. You know what I'm trying to say? So my regtig waar mense nou op die sport breek met julle klomp kak en ons gaan mekaar sien Saterdag en ons gaan mekaar en ons gaan dit geniet.
Dankie dat jy eerlik is.
Niks altyd hier.
En ons everything in our community becomes political. And we need to stop that.
No,
Dit is 100% reg.
Dit is tiring man.
Dit is.
It's tiring.
Ja, het maak jou moeg.
Ja, maar ons nie worry nie meer. Daai
Ja,
kyk.
dat is hoekom, jy weet, back in the days het ek ook mos 'n klap gehad. Maar dit bring so baie animosity en bekleierery
Ja.
en verstaan, laat ek maar begin in neutral raak.
Ja,
Vra vir Green.
Loner
Hulle vra altyd vir my team Eddie, as jy 'n team, ek het nie 'n team nie. Dit was altyd my ma en my susters
Ja,
en
ja.
so.
100%.
As ek by die pits kom, as dis my ander part van die team, daai is my part van die ander team. So. En tot vandag toe, ek is 'n neutral ou.
Ja.
Verstaan? Ek ry by Raziek, ek ry op die hills, ek ry oral.
Ja.
Ek is almal se vriend. Verstaan? Want ek het enemies met niemand nie.
Yes.
Verstaan?
Maar dit is moeilik om mense duidelik te verstaan. Because mense dink omdat sy nog vriend is met my, ek is kwaad vir hom.
Ja.
Met altyd
Nee, ek
ek
kan
dink hy is nonsens hierdie man.
Nee, ek kan nie. Ek vra vir hom, ek is al die jare 'n neutral ou. Want almal kyk ook na my toe.
Ja, ja.
Ek kan nie kante kies nie.
Exactly.
Ek kan jou reg help wat jy verkeerd is. Verstaan? Maar op 'n einde van die dag ons kinders moet vorentoe gaan met die sport waar ons dit vanaf gebring het.
Ja.
Verstaan? En die politieke dinge hou ons kinders eintlik weg van vorentoe gaan.
Ja.
Van die sport vorentoe gaan. Verstaan? Want op 'n einde van die dag ek as die OG, ek is die gesiende Eddie Rasta, maar nie een van my laaitjies spin nie, want ek wil hulle nie in die
Blootstel aan
of
dit.
blootstel aan dit wat aangaan.
Ja. Ja.
rondom my nie,
Ja.
onder die umbrella van spinning.
Selfs wat ek sê Eddie is die nee, ek kan my kind probeer so weghou van politiek af, maar social media, platforms en
Daai is ons downfall.
daai is die downfall. You know, my kind sien nou 'n post waar hulle sê
Iets negatief van
iets
hom.
negatief van hom of hulle het iets negatief te sê van Eddie Rasta en hy is 'n baie groot fan van Eddie Rasta. You know what I'm trying to say? But dis iets wat ek my kind altyd lees is you will never ever jy sal nooit almal gelukkig kan maak nie. Nooit in lewe gaan jy nie almal gelukkig kan maak nie. You're gonna have your haters. You know, but sometimes do me a favor, cheer your haters also. It just shows you are a better person.
Exactly.
En ek kan nou vandag vir julle sê eerlikwaar, Spin Outlaws het baie groot name in die Kaap kom bring. Daar's mense, ek gaan nie hulle name noem nie. Hulle weet wie hulle is. Daar is ander promoters in die Kaap wat ook die wêreld beloof het. Maar soos ek sê, ek wil nie van hulle sleg praat nie. Al wat ek wil sê is, as julle sê julle doen dinge vir die youth, doen dinge vir die youth. Bewys vir my dankie Eddie. Die is wat ons achieve het. Of sy praat so baie kak. Daar's niks wat sy achieve het nie. Daar's niks wat sy kan bewys nie. Is jy goed nie. Is negatief.
Ja.
So wat ek vir die mense wil sê, vir jou followers wil sê, is, hoeveel followers het julle?
600 en
Nou, hoe kan ek kwaad as het sy so baie het? En ek het, die is 'n kwaadie. How the fuck do I get upset? As ek kan just,
Jy?
sorry, as ek kan mal. As musiekgeit, man. You know what I'm trying to say? So, my ding is die, moenie fucking zen die mense bekke smee met goed wat gaan gebeur, en, you know what I'm trying to say? Ek sê hom, niemand weet maar nie. But hier's 'n platform, waar daar bewyse is. Eerlikwaar, bring jou beste spinne vir my nie. Kies hom Saterdag,
Okay.
voor die competition. En vra ek vir Raziek of vir die Racemasters, kom ons doen 'n solo met een van die laities. 'n Solo run gou met die juniors wat daar is.
Ja.
Vra vir Eddie. Jou rubbers gaat pyn. Hy laities review, laat sy kak.
Daar is hoekom ek besluit het, ek ry nie meer kom.
Maar ek het sê gaan ons nou eers private nie gou. Hulle sê mos nou oos, jy moet 'n bootse bang. Nee, hy goed kan. Ek sê ry. Dat ek gou eers laat daar gou mense is wat 'n bietjie vir my tyd in sit, soos ek my laities se tyd in sit. Nou ek sal hy jongs se dak af ry. Ek sal my laities se dak skief ry. Ek Eddie. Ek sê hy klink se dak skief ry. Ek beloof. Ek as sy pa, ek sal hom wys maak.
As jy kom, ek vat die kanse met die laitjies.
Ja,
Almal
nee,
afkamers in die
was
young.
baie, hulle is goed, jong.
Wat vir 'n green en loop maar.
Baie goed. En ek meen maar net, eerlikwaar, Spin Outlaws doen net goed, man.
Ja.
Eerlikwaar. Is nou 'n geld storie, Here man.
As ek mag sê, as ons almal die dinge een kan sit man, van die politics en die geldmark stories en almal die dinge, dan is dit eintlik die way wat ons laities meer gaan qualify en meer professional raak in die sport. Verstaan? As ons almal hy moet afsit. Ja. Dan sal dit eintlik meer professional raak
Ja.
vir die youths.
Ek dink dit is as ons dinge begin professional doen, met mekaar praat, met respek en ons het 'n vision.
Ja.
En ons sien nie as hulle en ons, ek dink dis die probleem al die jare, as hulle en ons. As dit ons, dan is hulle en daai mense, dis almal net ons.
Waarheid, ja.
Maar ek dink ons gaan daar kom. Ek dink ons moet nie opgee nie vir ons kinders se.
Nee, ons gaan nie.
Ons raak oud, ons kinders moet nog aangaan en hulle kinders moet nog aangaan en so aan.
Maar hulle sê ons moet die fondasie reguleer.
Daar sê.
Moet die fondasie reguleer.
Maar ek sê baie dankie vir julle. Dit was vir my 'n eer om jou hier so te hê. Ek het laas ek vir Mark Lottery gehad hierso. Dis sit daar by sy sit. So ek hoop jy gaan nou terug as jy dit nie vir maar.
Ek bly in die Rasta. Ja.
Mr. Green, dankie vir jou ook.
Dis 'n groot plezier. Dankie vir julle
Ek kyk uit
om
na
vir ons te
julle.
hê.
Nee, dit is 'n plesier. Ek kyk uit na Saterdag. Ek dink mense gaan hulle tickets koop agter vanaand. Ek dink mense gaan vat vanaand. Baie mense sê dit is 'n gebied van die eventie. So hopelik gaan mense begin die tickets koop. Ek gaan die link sit in die post in.
Ja.
En ja, Sarah kyk ons vir Eddie Rasta en vir sy Green en die manne wat aan sy huis toe gaan. Guys, thank you so much Eddie Green
Right.
en sy
Thank you,
Eddie
guys.
Rasta en sy Green. Thank you guys. Yes.
Running to the limit and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, RCN saying, Vegas saying.
We gear shifting, top 10 for the drifting. Call me the drift king. GHC racing outlaws, no car brakes. Razer Evoque, Razer M3, Razer R8, Ferrari, Lamborghini, the best drift machinery. You wanna take it easy, then go la met Houdini. We still racing, they caught me in a quarter mile. Now it's no more smiles, it's outlaw style.